Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss the numbers. Let us start with a great quote by the philosopher mathematician Pythagoras. He said, all is number, meaning everything is number, including God. That's what he meant. Even God is a number, he said. So, in Sanskrit, we can have one Mahavakya like Sarvam Sankhena Nibidikrutam. In the sense, everything is included in number, embedded in numbers. So, the evolution, and I want to explain two terms here. There is a term called Trikalagna in Sanskrit, which means one who has knowledge of three times. What are the three times they are talking about here? Kala is time, so Trikala is three times. Obviously, the three times referred to here are the past, the present, and the future. So, one who knows what happened in past, one who knows what is happening in present, and one who knows what will happen in future, that is, who can predict future. So all the knowledge of all three times, if any individual has, that guy is called Trikalagna. And there is one more term I want to explain. The term of the Lekhaka or the scribe, or in Arabic you call it Nabi, one who is called Nabi. Nabi is, the meaning of Nabi is a scribe. So every age has its own scribe. The duty of a scribe is to record the happenings in the present, explain about what happened in past, and predict and lay a blueprint for the future. So let us see the evolution. As I said, everything is number, all is number. And here in one of my previous videos, I explained how the numbers evolve in the sense 1 cube, which is 1, and 2 cube, which is 8, 1 plus 8 become 9, and they form 3 square here. 3 square and 4 square joined together form 5 squared. Similarly, the numbers basically try to occupy minimum space, in the sense, let me explain using this chart of numbers, which is nothing but the hierarchical numbers from 1 to 4096. So 1 is 1, 1 remains as 1, 2 is 2, 2 remains 2 can be described as 2 ones or 2 only. 3 is prime number, you cannot subdivide. 4 is 2 squared. So when you reach the number 4, 4 tries to take the shape of 2 squared and not remain as 4 as single entity. 5 is prime, so it remains as it is. 6 again is 2 into 3, that is, it has two factors, 2 and 3. So it can be described, it will occupy the shape configuration of either 2 3s or 3 2s. 7 is prime. 8, interestingly, is 2 cube. So instead of being 8, it tries to take the form of 2 cube. 9 is basically 3 squared. So instead of remaining as 9, it tries to take the configuration of 3 squared. So these are all basically the numbers which in order from 1 to 4096, these are the milestones, you can say, right? So these milestones are what we play a very important role in evolution of the material as well as life. So now let us go back to one more subject, the where I explained how the evolution happens. Here, this is nothing but the diagram explaining the precession of equinox. That is, the earth, the axis of earth is not straight, but instead it is bent at an angle of 23 degrees. Okay, so let us say the axis of earth is pointing at some constellation now, and this is the precision, the ecliptic shape here given here, from here to here. That ecliptic shape is the precision, in the sense when earth points at the axis of earth, physical axis of earth points at a particular constellation, let us say this one, the time it takes to return to the same constellation, to point to same constellation, is called the equinox. So precision, every 26,000 years, Earth's axis of rotation completes a circle. In the sense, if the Earth is pointing at this direction now, after 26,000 years, again it will point to the same direction. Let us say it is pointing to the constellation of Aries. Then to return to Aries again, it takes 26,000 years. That is precession of Earth. 23.5 degrees actually. The tilt of Earth's axis is 23.5 degrees. And earlier I explained these are the ages. Each age basically would show you how it is calculated. Here we have 360 degrees. Each degree takes 72 years. The precision of this guy, let's say, I have to find it again. Please bear with me. Let us say here. If it is here, this, if you divide this into 360 degrees, this circle, if the earth has to move from this position 1 degree from this position, this whole circle takes 360 degrees, of course, angle included in a circle. And if you take just 1 degree of those 360 degrees, that 1 degree will take a time of 72 years to actually describe this 1 degree part of the circle. So 7 to 72 into 360. So how many years? 25,920 years. 25,920 years is what it takes to return to, change 1 degree. So that is in ordinary terms called the age. So this is what I was explaining. Here to return to the same position once again, that is describing 360 degrees. It will take 25,920 years, which is called one age, or ion or age. And every 25,920 years, we will be directly in contact with the core of the galaxy. Let us say this is we are in the Milky Way galaxy. So every 25,920 years, we will be in direct contact with the core of the galaxy. So now we have seen how the numbers evolve. These are the milestones of the evolution. So this is 4096. And the other way to describe the same process is through the Pascal's triangle. So from now on, let us not bother about the religious names and the yugas and one particular religion's ages. Instead, we will discuss only in numbers, because maths and science don't change depending on any religion, right? For Hindus, for Muslims, for Christians, or any religious group, science and maths are the same. They don't change. But religiously, one may call it Matsya Yuga, the other may call it Christian era. So it differs depending on the religion. So let us not bother about this religion. Let us bother about only the numbers now. So it starts with the energy level 2, doubles to 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and so on. So when I said these are the milestones of evolution, I am referring to the evolution of mankind, not just mankind, the whole material world, along with material world, the life also. So simultaneously, these are evolving. So these are milestones in the sense, since numbers represent everything, numbers are the ones which we are basically praying to or putting them in an exalted position. Why? That is natural because the system is evolving and that system is represented by a particular number. The names, as I already just now explained, maths and science don't change for anyone, they are universal, whereas the religious concepts are definitely individual. So, this, like you can say, you can compare this with science against art. Science is universal, art is basically individual. See, if you write a poem, the content included in the poem those the whatever you expressed in the poem belongs to those are your feelings, your own feelings. Let's say if I write a poem, there's the content discussed in the poem is just Prasad's feeling or Prasad's feelings. I express my feelings. So art is always individual, so is religion, because there's so many umpteen religions in the world. So each religion may have a different name for the same number. Okay. So for example, let us take the example of 64. 64 represents sun, 4 cube. 27 represents moon. Similarly, 125 represents Betelgeuse. This is nothing but evolution. And when you are in this age, you will call it Matsya or something. In one religion, the other you may call it the Christian era, whatever. I am not, that is why I tell you in art, everything is individual. In science, everything is universal. So let us not talk about the religious aspect here, individual aspect, the art aspect of things. Let us not bother about the humanities branch, but rather stick to the rational science. So, in maths, these are the numbers, these are the milestones. After the first natural numbers are over, then the next milestone is 16, 4 square, 5 square, and then you can observe that even here the first cube that appeared after 1 cube, of course, is 2 cube. 2 cube is before 3 square, right? The cube came before square. Here, similarly, here you have 25, 5 squared. After that, naturally, if you blindly follow, you will think 6 squared would be the next one. After 5 squared, 6 squared should have come. But instead, we have 3 cube, not 6 squared. So it evolves like this. So a cube, whichever is the least, whether it is a square or a single digit, square or cube, whichever is less comes first. So the 3 cube is less than 2. This is 2 raised to 5. I think 2 raised to 5. So 32 comes after 27. This is already 3 cube, but 2 raised to 5. The higher power of 2 came after the lower power of 3. So you cannot say, but this is how these are the milestones, After the first 9 natural numbers, we have basically these are the milestones: 4 square, 5 squared, 3 cube, 2 raised to 5. This is 36 is again 36 is 9 into 4, 9 into 4, that is 3 squared into 2 squared, and 49 is 7 squared, 64 is 4 cube, 9 squared, 5 cube. The here 128 is basically 2 raised to 6 or 7, I think. Yeah, 2 raised to 7. And here you have double of 128, 2 raised to 7, 2 raised to 8. Let us check in the calculator. 2 raised to 7 is 128, of course. 2 raised to 8 is 256. Similar, just one number will increase by one number, right? So 128 is 2 raised to 7, 2 raised to 8. Here this is 3 raised to 4. That is after the 2's powers, 3's power comes, and then 2's power again, 3's power again. 343 is 7 cube, not 3's power, it's 7's cube. This is again 2's power. This is 5's power, 5 raised to 4. This is 729 is 9 cube. 1024 of course is 2's power. 1296 is I think 4's power probably. Let us check. 4's power, 4 raised to 5, not 5, 4 raised to 6, 4 raised to 6 is 4096. It's not that. I am not very sure. I included this, which is that 1296, right? 1296 could be 3 raised to power 3 raised to 5, not even 3 raised to 5, 2 raised to 8 is so much. So let us try 2 raised to 11. 2 raised to 11, not even that. I forgot which number, but it's definitely either a square or a cube or some power. I hope you understand what I'm trying to do here. From 1 to 4096, I'm trying to give you the milestones. In fact, these milestones are the ones which we basically consider gods or put them in exalted position. We pray to them and we give this importance to these numbers. So after 1296 we have 2048, which is nothing but 2's power. And then we have 2187, maybe some power of 3, I hope. So this I have done my research, and these are the numbers, that the milestones that you have between 1 to 4096. So having said that, let us come back here. I said let us not go discuss the religious aspect of it. Yes, in Hindu mythology, they call them these yugas or ages, right? 10 avatars for 10 ages. But scientifically, these are basically numbers. So 248 these are the energy levels of these particular levels. So 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. If you observe these, we can observe that here we have one cube is 1, and if you observe 4 is 2 squared, but 3, a cube being the highest form. Let us say if you have a power of 4 is nothing but 2 times 2. So it's a square, basically it's a square, though a square of a bigger number. So let us not bother about fourth power, let us bother about 1, 2, 3, third power, that is cube. So let us see what squares and cubes we have. 4 is a square, but more interesting is the third one, or rather fourth one, 1 cube. The one is can be called 1 cube, and this is 2 cube, and the next cube is 64, and the next perfect cube is 512. The next perfect cube is 4096. So what do we observe from this? Basically, why I wanted to explain about these powers and these stages. Let us remember these numbers. 1 cube, this is 2 cube. 2 cube belongs to 3, the 6 squared, this equation basically, where we have 3 cube. 3 cube, and then 64's cube is 6 cube, and 512's cube is 9 cube, corresponding cube rather. 4096 corresponding cube is 12 cube, right? So what do you observe? 1 cube, 1, 3, 6, 9, 12. That is multiples of 3. In other way, we can explain the same thing in another manner, in the sense here. I explained about this in another one of my previous videos. These are the Pythagorean triads. So 1 cube, let us not discuss about 1 cube. 1 cube is basically belongs to the lower worlds, that is material world. Let us not bother about that. So let us start with 3 cube. 3 cube, 9 cube, 6 cube, 9 cube, 12 cube, multiples of 3. 1 cube, 1 into 3, 3, 3 into 2, 6, 3 into 3, 9, 3 into 4, 12. So this triad, 3 cube plus 4 cube plus 5 cube equal to 6 cube. As I told you, this is the basic human race, you can say. Those who live within 3 cube and 6 cube. What is 3 cube? 3 cube is, in esoteric circles, we denote moon by 3 cube, or the third world. The planet associated with moon is Earth. I can probably, if I show you this, then you will understand it better. Here, see here, moon is 3 cube and Earth is 3 squared. So this is the one we are referring to. And from here to 6 cube. 6 cube is basically 64, energy level 64, that is sun. 4 cube is sun. So from here to here, this is the what we call in Sanskrit terms Bhur. I think it is Bhur. Let us see if we can find it here. from Sri to Mahatala to Vitala. Yeah, Vitala is the present uh, atmosphere in which we are living. 7 is Atala. Seventh loka is actually Earth. So this is our crust, we can say. 3 to 6 is the whatever beings live between the Mahatala and Vitala are the F, belong to the F triad. Fians, we can call them Fians otherwise. So those who live from 6 cube to 12 cube, let us say. So let us refer to it once again. 6 2, this is 6 and 9. Which one was the last one? Which one is the last? 6 cube to 12 cube. 6 cube to 12 cube, let us say. That is 6 cube from Sun to 12 cube is 4096. The next Sun, basically. 4096 is the what do you call 16 cube. 16 cube. This is 16 cube. Energy level, total energy level is 16 cube, and the individual energy level of that system is 12 cube. So from 6 to 12 cube, whoever live, or basically we can call them, refer to them as, let us not go by religious terms. So I will call them aliens, Fians, aliens. And the most important term, in fact, there was a lot of hue and cry. There's a lot of noise made about this particular term. The next term I am going to refer to, the whole of the what do you call the Second World War, the basic reason for Second World War, and the one concept that in a way caused this war and caused so much of bloodshed, like some around 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. So the term behind that was the dictator, what do you call, the Hitler. The concept he used to instigate people against one particular race and cause the Holocaust was the Aryan race. So when you say Aryan, nobody, the true meaning of the word Aryan is not defined anywhere. You cannot find who is true Aryan. Basically, some think, especially in India, people think Aryans are Hindus. No, because Aryans are the true-blooded Aryans, as the Nazi party thought, were the Germans. Germans are not Hindus, right? Nor are the Iranians. The very term Iran came from the term Aryan. So Iranians are the Aryans. So Iranians are, as we know, Muslims, mostly Shiite Muslims. So it has nothing to do with the religion, area, or anything. Even the hardcore Nazis could not define the term Aryan strictly. They themselves did not know who exactly makes Aryan. So it was so funny that people who did not know the exact meaning of Aryan, the word Aryan, caused so much hue and cry, and they basically, what do you call, disturbed the balance in the world and caused lot of hatred among the human beings. They divided into two kinds of powers: Axis powers and elite powers, allied countries. Germany, Japan, and Italy stood on the Axis side. America, England, France, mainly, and rest of the world stood on the allied side. And therefore, the war, so many millions died. The whole economy of the world got destroyed, and so much more than anything else, so much hatred. The seeds for hatred were sown by this one short fellow called Hitler. All the while, he himself did not know the true meaning of Aryan. So, in my previous video, I explained, even now, I told you about these, the gradual evolution of the system. These numbers represent the gradual evolution. And as part of that evolution, we have these triads. So, the gradual evolution should have followed one particular order, in the sense 3, 4, 5 making 6, gradually 6, 8, 10 making 12. Till here it is gradual, right? But this particular 9 cube plus 12 cube plus 15 cube making 18 cube is an odd man out. That is not a regular evolution. This is kind of a mutation. In the sense, I explained in one of my previous videos about Helena Blavatsky's 7 root races, right? So, among those, the 5th root race is Aryan, the 6th root race is about to form, and the 7th root race is again comes in the future. So, something like that. This corresponds to the 5th root race of, you see, everything is literal. And these, if these are Avians, we can call these those creatures, life forms which live between 3 cube and 6 cube. We can call them Avians. Those life forms which live between 6 cube and 12 cube, we can call them aliens. Those life forms which live between 9 cube and 18 cube, we can call them Aryans. Or those which live between 12 cube and 24 cube, we can call them Ixians. Okay, so I hope you understand where I am driving with this. According to me, the evolution till here, 6 cube appeared here, and it evolved gradually up to 12 cube. 12 cube appeared here, not here. So the so-called Aryan race or the Aryan stock belongs to this particular bracket, that is 9 cube and 18 cube. And after that, this is just a temporary aberration, in the sense this race will not last forever. This race will be replaced by this race, which actually is gradually the gradual evolution. 12 cube appears here, meaning it should have been this step instead of this step in the evolution. This should have been the next step instead of this step, in the sense the beings which live between 9 cube and 18 cube are a temporary aberration, and this race coexists with this race, meaning the children of 12 cube and 16 cube, the children of 9 cube and 12 cube, or let us say 12 cube and 15 cube, they coexist. In fact, you can see there is an overlap here. 12 cube appears here again, in the sense this 12 cube to 15 cube is included between 12 cube to 15 to 16 cube, right? So the actual father should have been 16 cube, but instead temporarily we have 15 cube also. 15 cube, the children of 15 cube, let us say, are the Aryans, but the Aryans of this stage are not different, are in fact basically part of children of 12 cube and 16 cube, right? These two coexist. What I mean is, the Aryan race and the Axian race coexist, and ultimately everyone will become Axian. It is in the nature of things that we evolve to a higher plane. We will not remain at a particular level. It goes on evolving, system goes on evolving, and the hardcore, these Aryan enthusiasts fail to recognize that this is basically an intermediate phase, and this phase will pass after some time, and this will replace this phase. In the sense, 15 is not the end of the world evolution. After 15 we will have 16. In fact, not in future, right now as we speak, these two levels coexist, in the sense when there are children of 15 cube in this world, there are children of 16 cube also in the same world, and we together 18 plus 24 make 42. So 42 is 18 plus 24. So there is an overlap between these two. 12 is the common sphere, let us say. 12 is common to both. In fact, here the completion of this phase ends up in 12, and 12 appears here, 12 appears here. So 12 is common in all three, and we cannot differentiate between the children of 12 cube or 18 cube or 24 cube, and these two basically coexist now. And any discussion about the human beings being belonging to different races is absolute nonsense. It is not scientific. They cannot simply define which race is which, and this is actually the evolution is happening all the time. It is the nature of things, and it goes on evolving even beyond this. This is just the immediate future. This is a immediate future. This is a kind of past, in the sense I will show you why I say it is kind of past. Is right now we are somewhere here, in the sense I explained about 1 cube, 2 cube, 4 cube, and 8 cube. 8 cube is already pretty much a reality. 8 cube is already, in the Bur Bhuaswaha, we described that here. Bua Suvaha. Suvaha is basically the 10 cube. Suvaha. So this is Suvaha. Basically, this Kalki's age is Suvaha, in the sense 10 cube. 10 cube, in the sense we have, sorry for switching between the diagrams all the while, but I need to explain it. Here, the Suvaha is 10 cube. Suvaha is 10 cube. So whatever is described in the Gayatri mantra, Bur Bhuvaha Suvaha, ends here in 10 cube. But what I mean is the present age is from 9 cube and till 15 cube we have. So it is way beyond this. We have already entered that, in the sense this is the 10th level, 11th, Mahaha, Janaha, and Tapaha, even Satya Lokas also now we have access to. So, and it doesn't even stop at Satya Loka, 15 cube, 16 cube, till 16 cube we have access now, and 16 cube, which is nothing but the 4096. This is the next ultimate sun. Not ultimate, there will be a higher sun, no doubt, but for the present, practically, this is the limit. This is the next sun. So, at 16 cube, at the 12 cube level itself, we have achieved 16 cube. The energy level is 16 cube. So, these basically coexist. These coexist. The 16 cube is also already accessible, and it doesn't end at 15 cube. It goes on to 16 cube, and these two levels are basically coexist. They coexist. And there is one more thing I want to tell you, explain about. The basis, when we call something a cube, let us say, we call something like here, let us say, this square thing, this is square, let us say, this is a square. 7 square, let us say, it is in this form. And if you place 7 of such things one above the other, it becomes 7 cube, right? So this 7 square is kind of the foundation of 7 cube, right? If you place 7 such squares one above the other, it becomes 7 cube. So square is kind of a blueprint for cube. So here let us say um, particularly the number I am interested in, which belongs to me, I firmly believe that it is 42nd one, 42nd prime number. 42nd prime number is nothing but 181. This 181 can be expressed as the sum of 9 square and 10 square. 9 square is 81, 10 square is 100, 100 plus 81 is 181. So the 42nd prime number 42 is lays the foundation for this particular level, in the sense 18 plus 24 is 42. So these two already coexist, in the sense the 42, 18 plus 24 being 42, and 42, 42nd prime number being 181, which is nothing but the sum of 9 square and 10 square, is basically the blueprint of the next world. So the blueprint for the world for 9 and 10 cube, that is till 1024, has already been laid. The blueprint is already there. Perfect blueprint is there for 9 square and 10 square. 9 square plus 10 square is 181, which is 42. So the level 42 has two worlds coexisting. The world below 12 cube and the world above 12 cube coexist in the what do you call, the fourth level. This is 12 cube, which is nothing but I call these beings axions. Axions are 12 cube plus 14 cube, 16 cube plus 20 cube, giving rise to 24 cube. 18 cube plus 24 totaling up to 42. This is where these two are coexisting now, and yeah, so don't never fall for any humanities art form. Art always belongs to an individual. I may say something on my own, but just because I say something, it doesn't become true. It doesn't stand to reason. What you should look for in things is the scientific proof, reason, rationality. So never ever believe anything if it doesn't stand to reason. Here, if you discuss things scientifically, then you will understand perfectly, and they stand to reason, they are true. Anything that does not stand to reason is not true. So this is the only foolproof way to understand things is through reason. Don't ever neglect reason. That is why I always say Gnana is the ultimate God. God is nothing but truth and knowledge. With that, it's been a very long video, so with that I conclude. And mind you, never leave reason, never fall for any individual opinion, or not just an individual, just one. But don't blindly follow any religious or any artist's opinion blindly. Check for the facts and believe only then. Okay, then, thank you very much for watching my video. Hope your knowledge increased after this session, and I hope to meet you soon. Thank you very much.